Hello friends, in today's video we will discuss few questions of motion in one dimension. So we will start. Here first question is, a particle is moving with uniform retardation, covers a distance of 18 meter, 14 meter and 10 meter in successive seconds. It comes to rest after traveling further distance of. So first clue of this question is already given. It is what? Uniform retardation. And we know that whenever it is a case of uniform acceleration or uniform retardation, we will use motion equation. So here also we will use motion equation. So first we will draw what is given in the question. So here in first 1 second, particle is traveling a distance of 18 meter. And next 1 second, it traveling a distance of 14 meter. And next 1 second, it traveling a distance of what? 10 meter only. So after how much distance covering, it will finally comes to rest. This is our question. We have to find S value. So now how can we find the S value? Here we can think by seeing this situation, if we will find a total displacement and if we will subtract this displacement because we know this value, then we can easily find the S. So our objective is to find the total displacement. Now how to find the total displacement? So for finding the total displacement, we should know initial velocity, that is what? U meter per second, that we don't know. And we should find a retardation value. Uniform retardation it is, but we don't know the value. So we have to find the A value also. So to find the two values U and A, at least we need two equations. So here we can write those two equations by using motion equation again. So first 1 second, it's traveling a distance of 18 meter. And here we have to relate S, T, U and A. Correct? So we can use motion equation what? S equals to UT plus half AT square. Correct? So here first displacement in first 1 second is what? 18, that is equals to U into T is what? 1 into 1 plus half A into 1 square. This can be written as 18 equals to U plus A by 2. This is your equation 1. Now we need one more equation to find U and A. So we will take next 1 second, that means total 2 seconds from starting we will take. Now we will write total displacement from starting in next 2 seconds is what? 18 plus 14, that is what? 32. 18 plus 14, that is equals to U. Time duration is 1 plus 1, 2 seconds, plus half into A into 2 square. Now this will cancel out. Now here we can write 18 plus 14, this is what? 32 equals to 2U plus A. This is equation 2. Now we have two equations and we have two unknowns U and A. We can find these two values by solving this equation 1 and equation 2. So from 1 and 2, when we will solve this, we'll get the value of A. You just solve this, you will get the value of A. That will be minus 4 meter per second square. You just pause the video and just solve the equation 1 and 2, you will get this value. A equals to minus 4 meter per second square. And this A value you will put in any equation, you will get U value also, that will come 20 meter per second. So now you will get these two values U and A. Okay, and as I told you, to find the total displacement we need U and A value. So total displacement as total, how can you find? By using motion equation only. V final square. What is the V final square? 0. V final square 0 square minus initial velocity is what? 20. We already find it here. 20 square divided by V square minus U square by 2A. That means 2 into minus 4. So here when you will solve this, you will get it is what? 50 meter. Correct? So total displacement from starting it is what? 50 meter. And from here to here, if you will add 18 plus 14, 32, 32 plus 10, it is what? 42 meter. So when you will subtract this 42 meter from this 50 meter, finally this displacement you will get 8 meter. So your option A is correct. Okay, now we will solve next question. Question 2. Here the question is the coordinate of a moving particle at any time t are given as x equals to alpha tq and y equals to beta tq. Then we have to find the speed of the particle at time t. So how to find it? So first we will find Vx. So here x it is given alpha tq. So first we will find speed in x direction Vx, and you know that Vx is dx by dt. Okay, we will differentiate x with respect to time. So here after differentiation what we'll get? 3 alpha t square, correct? Same way we will find the Vy speed in y direction. So it will be y already given, y value it is given beta tq. So the dy by dt will be, beta is a constant, so it will be 3 beta t square. So after differentiation of x and y, we will get Vx and Vy. Now we have to find Vnet. So Vnet will be root under Vx square plus Vy square, correct? Now Vx square plus Vy square will be what? So see here, we will do a square of this. So here 3 alpha and 3 beta square. So 3 square, it will be outside, it will be what? 3. And t square, that means outside you can take what? T square. So inside it will remain what? Alpha square plus beta square. This is your final answer. So which is the right answer? So here 3t square root under alpha square plus beta square. Option C will be the right option. Okay. Now we'll go for the next question. In this question, it is given two cars, 1 and 2, starting from rest, okay, and are moving with a speed v1 and v2, and v1 is greater than v2. Now car 2 is ahead of the car 1 by s meter when driver of car 1 sees car 2. Now the minimum retardation you have to find so that car 1 to avoid collision. So see here, first we will draw this. So in this question, it is given car 2 is ahead of car 1. So this is car 1 and car 2 is ahead of car 1. It is moving with v1 speed and it's moving with what? v2 speed. Now when driver of car 1 sees car 2, that time their relative displacement is s, correct? So whenever this type of questions are there, when two cars are there moving in same line and having velocity v1 and v2 meter per second, and their displacement or the gap between them is s meter, and we have to find the minimum retardation so that they will not collide. So in this type of cases, we should use the relative motion concept. So here, when driver of car 1 sees driver of car 2, what is the relative speed of car 1 with respect to car 2? So v12 first, what is that? v12 is what? v1 minus v2, correct? Initially both are in rest, so initial speed is what? u12. Both are in rest means what? 0 minus 0, that is what? 0 meter per second, correct? Next, the relative displacement between them is s12 is given as s according to question. We have to find a minimum retardation should be given to car 1 because speed is more than what? 2. So after some time it can collide. So we have to give minimum retardation to cover this displacement so that it will not collide. That means it just cover this displacement. So for that case, we should use normal motion equation after finding the relative, whatever the relative velocities, relative displacement, relative initial velocities, then we have to find what should be the relative acceleration a12. Let it is a. So now when we will use the motion equation by seeing this all the parameters, we can use which motion equation? We can use v square minus u square equals to 2as, because v square minus u square 2as, all these will come. So we will use v12 square minus u12 square equals to 2a12s. Our objective is to find what is their minimum retardation, means what is the relative acceleration, that is what a12, so that the collision will be avoided. It means that just it cover the s displacement. Okay, so a12 can be written as what? v12 square minus u12 square divided by 2s. Now you just put the values. v12 is what? v1 minus v2. So v1 minus v2 whole square, v1 minus v2 whole square divided by 2s, because s12 is s only, that is what? 2s12 here I have written 2s. So this is the answer, v1 minus v2 whole square divided by 2s. So option D will be your right answer. Okay, now we'll go for the next question. So next question is, two boys are standing at ends A and B. See here, whenever I am solving the problem, first I am reading the question and I should draw according to the question. If you will draw according to the question, you are getting almost 60-70% idea what is the relation between different parameters, whatever the given in the question and whatever you have to find in that, what is the relation. By drawing it only you will understand in the case of one dimensional motion. So here it is given that two boys are standing at the end A and B of a ground where AB is given A. So I just draw it here, A and here B. Here two boys are here and the distance between them is what? A. Correct? Now the boy at B starts running in a direction perpendicular to AB. So AB perpendicular you can take in this way also. Okay. With what speed? V1 speed. So which is moving? Here the boy at B. So boy at B is moving with what speed? V1 perpendicular to A. So it perpendicular to A. That means this one. Clear? Now the boy at A starts running together with velocity V. Okay. When he started with V1 speed, the same time boy at A will start to run with speed V, so that he catch the boy in a time t. So somewhere let it start, because it is going in this direction. So definitely this the boy here will catch somewhere any point here. So if we will go in this direction, then only he can catch him, and let in this time it will travel this much distance. And this is going with v1 speed and this boy is going with what speed? V speed. Am I correct? Okay, now with the v speed, if it is going in time t, how much distance it will travel? V into t, because speed is constant. Correct? Here also it is going with constant speed. So in time t, how much distance it will travel? V1t. And in question already it is given this direction is perpendicular. So this is what? Right angle triangle. And you know, in right angle triangle we can use Pythagoras theorem. So here you can use Pythagoras theorem. This distance already you know, that is Vt. This distance is V1t, and this distance is given in the question, that is what? A. So can I write Vt square, this is hypotenuse square, equals to what? V1t whole square plus what? A whole square. Correct? What is our objective? Our objective find what? T. So we will take T together. Here V square, T square, V1 square, T square plus A square. Now this T square will come this side, so we'll take common. So V square minus V1 square, common is T square, equals to A square. Correct? So here we have to find T value. So then T square is what? T square we can write A square divided by what? V square minus V1 square. V square minus V1 square. So this T is what? When we'll take root, it will be A divided by root under V square minus V1 square. So which is the right option? So here we can see the option C is the right option. Here when you will take the root, finally it will come a divided by root under v square minus v1 square. Correct? Okay. Now we will go for the next question. So what is the next question? In this question, it's given that four persons A, B, C, and D are initially at the corners of a square of side length D. As I told you that whenever you are reading the question, the same time you should understand this question, and how can you understand a better way to draw it. Okay, so you just draw it. So here it is on the corners of a square. So let us see, this is the corner of the square. Here this is the corner of the square, and side length of the square is given, it is D. Okay, so this is what A, B, C, D. Correct? And if every person starts moving with same speed v, okay, such that each one faces the other always, that means whenever they are moving, their face, for example, like this I am, so my face is always to the next person is speed, next person face is always to the face towards third person face is always towards what, fourth person, again fourth person face is always towards me. Okay, it means what, here A in this direction, then B will be in this direction, C direction will be this one, D direction will be this one. Okay, now A direction will be in this one because always they are face towards next one, then B face in this way, C face along D, and D face along A. Like that, finally they will come, and where they will meet? Definitely at center. So it means a person that is A, that is covering total displacement half of the diagonal of the square. Correct? Now here you know that the diagonal length is root 2a. A is D given, so this half of the diagonal is root 2 D by 2. This is how much? D by root 2. Correct? So displacement of A is D by 2. Correct? Now A is moving with speed v in this direction initially. So here this angle is what, 45 degrees. What is the component along diagonal? V cos 45. So this value V cos 45, we can write what? V by root 2, because cos 45 degree value is 1 by root 2. Now we will just draw the point A and the center point O. So in this direction, the speed component is V by root 2, and the distance covered in this direction is what? D by root 2. D by root 2. Correct? Now we have to find what? We have to find the person will meet after time. So this time you have to find. So speed equals to distance by time. Then time equals to what? Time equals to speed equals to distance by time. Time equals to distance by speed. That means D by root 2 divided by V by root 2. Root 2 cancel. It is what? D by V. So this is the time after which each person will meet, and where they will meet at center of the square. Okay, so this is your right answer, D by V. Okay, we'll go for next question. So what is the next question? Next question is the relation 3t equals to root 3x plus 6 describes the displacement of a particle in one direction where x is in meter and t is in second. The displacement when velocity is 0. See here, in this question, what we have to catch? We have to just catch what is 0. Velocity is 0. Okay. Now here the equation is the relation between time and displacement. So first we have to find velocity from this, and then we will make it 0. Okay. Then we can find the displacement. Okay. So here it is given equation is what? Given it is 3t equals to root 3x plus 6. So first, how to find the velocity? You know that if you know the displacement, the velocity you can find by differentiating displacement with respect to time. So first you find displacement. So displacement is x. So you can write this as a root 3x equals to 3t minus 6. Now square both sides. By squaring, you can write this is as a 3x, then this will be a minus b whole square. That is what? 9t square plus 36 minus, it is what? 2ab, that is what? 2 into 3, 6, 6 into 6, 36 t. Correct? Now here again you can write x equals to what? 3t square plus what? 12 minus 12t. This is the equation of displacement you got. Now you have to find velocity, because velocity is 0. So for finding velocity, you have to differentiate x with respect to time. So here you will get 6t plus constant differentiation is 0 minus 12 dt is what? 1. So it will be 6t minus 12. That is what? 0 according to the question. This is according to question. This is according to question. Now here you will get t value is 12 divided by 6. This is what? 2 seconds. So you got the time 2 seconds. Okay, but your objective is not to find the time. Your objective is find the displacement. So here, if you will put this time value in any equation, you will get what? Displacement. So I will put this time value in equation 1. So from 1, x is what? X is 3 into 2 is square. That is what? 4 into 3, 12. 12 plus 12. Okay. Then minus 12 into 2. So this is what? 24 minus 24. This is what? 0. So answer is option D. That is what? 0. Okay. Now we'll go for the next question. See here, in this question it is given a car accelerates from rest at a constant rate alpha for some time. Okay. Now after which it deaccelerates at a constant rate of beta to come to rest. Finally it will be in rest. If t is the total time, then the maximum speed of the car during this time is, and total time is t. So here, as I told you, whenever you are solving question, you should draw it. While when you will draw this, you will understand the question. You are able to link between whatever parameters and known parameters and unknown parameters. You are able to link with that. Okay. So here first I will write a car accelerates from rest. So initial speed is 0 meter per second. Correct. Now it accelerates with constant rate alpha for some time. Let it is time we don't know, t1. Correct. And the acceleration is alpha. Now after this interval it start to retard. So here let it retard with beta. Okay, let it retard for time t2, and finally it will become, its speed will become 0 meter per second. So it started from rest and again it will come in rest. So here it's asking what is the maximum speed. See here, it was accelerating from here to here. It means that after that retardation will start. Retardation means speed will start to decrease. So till here only speed was increasing. So maximum speed will be here only. So here after time t1, what will be the speed? V equals to u plus at. U is 0 plus a is what? Alpha t1. So what is the speed here? Alpha t1. Correct? Okay. So here speed is alpha t1. So we have to find alpha t1. Alpha already we know. T1 value we have to find in known terms. Okay. So if we will find t1, we will get the answer. So in question it is already given that total time is capital T. So we can write t1 plus t2 is what? Capital T. Okay. Now next, here it start to retard. Correct? Na? Okay. So initial speed for this section is what? Alpha t1. So for second section, for second half, for second section of motion, second section, initial speed is what? Alpha t1. Okay. What is the final speed? 0 meter per second. Retardation beta. Okay. Retardation is what? Beta. Okay. Now here we have to relate this all. Okay. So how can we relate? Same way, v equals to u plus at. So v final is 0 plus u is what? Alpha t1. Correct. And retardation is there. That's why we can write it's the minus what? Beta For what time it retard? T2, beta T2. So from here what we'll get? We'll get alpha T1 equals to what? Beta T2. And one more relation we already know, that is equation 1. You can say that T1 plus T2 equals to T. Now we have to find T1 to get our answer. So we will replace T2 here. So T2, what can I write? I can write T2 is alpha by beta T1. Alpha by beta T1. Correct? Okay. Now T2 is alpha by beta T1. We will put this value in equation 1. So this is 2. So from 2 and 1, from 2 and 1 and equation 1, we can write that T1 plus what? T2 value is alpha by beta T1. Alpha by beta T1 equals to capital T. Now you take common T1, then it will be beta plus alpha by beta into T1 equals to what? T. Then from here you get T1 value. T1 value is what? T beta divided by alpha plus beta. This one you got the T1 value. Now you put here, you will get the answer. T1 is T alpha, correct? T1 is what? T beta. Sorry, here I have done mistake. Here you can write T beta. Here it is T, because cross multiplication it will come T beta divided by alpha plus beta. So here you will put the value alpha. T1 value is what? Beta into T divided by alpha plus beta. So which is the right option? So option A only. Okay, so option A is the correct one. Okay, so what is important here? You just draw whatever given in question. You just write down, you draw it and try to relate unknown terms with known terms. Clear? If you will do step by step, definitely you will get the answer. There is not any problem in that. Okay, now we'll go for next question. See here, the next question is the x and y coordinates of a particle at any time t is given as x coordinate is given, y coordinate is given. X is 7t plus 4t square and y is 5t, where x and y are in meter and t is in what? Seconds. We have to find the acceleration of the particle at t equals to 5 seconds. Okay, so how will you find this? You know the displacement and velocity. How can you find from displacement? Velocity is what? Dx by dt in x direction. Velocity in y direction is what? Dy by dt. Okay, once you are getting the velocity, how can you find the acceleration? Acceleration is what? Dv by dt. So we will go step by step. First we will find the acceleration equation and then we will put t value at 5 seconds. Okay, so here x is given as 7t plus 4t square. So first you find velocity in x direction. So that is what? Dx by dt. You should know the differentiation for finding the velocity here. So you know when we'll differentiate 7t, it will come 7 plus 8t. This is the velocity. Now we'll find the acceleration in x direction. So one more time we will differentiate velocity. So constant differentiation is 0 plus 8. This is what? 8 meter per second square. Correct? Now next, same way we will do in y also. So y what given? Y it is given as 5t. So Vy is 5. Differentiation of y with respect to time is 5. And what is the Ay? Ay is 0 because this is constant. So only net acceleration is due to x, because A net will be what? Root under ax square plus ay square. And ay, as you know, 0. So only ax will be there. So ax square, that means it will be finally, it is root under ax square plus 0 square. This is what? Ax only. And ax value is given. What is that? 8 meter per second square. 8 meter per second square. That means acceleration is constant for this motion. After 5 seconds, if you'll find after 4 seconds also in question, if it is given after 3 seconds also, it will not change. It will be remain what? 8 meter per second square. So answer is what? 8 meter per second square. Acceleration is not changing with respect to time here. Here acceleration is constant. So after 5 seconds, after 4 seconds, after 2 seconds, after 10 seconds, acceleration will remain what? 8 meter per second square only. Okay, now we'll go for the next question. Here question is, a stone is dropped from a hill of height 180 meter. Okay. Now 2 seconds later another stone is dropped from a point P below the top of a hill. If the two stones reach the ground together, then the height of P from the ground is, you should take G value 10 meter per second square. Okay. So here this question, I think so, here it is here only question is still here only, so we will cut this portion. This is part of another question. So here first we will draw according to the question. Here it is given that drop from a hill of height 180 meter. So this is what 180 meter height, correct? Okay. Now here it is dropped first stone. That means what? Initial velocity is what? 0 meter per second, correct? Now here the next stone is dropped from a point P below the top of the hill. So here next stone is dropped. This is the point P and here dropped. That means this initial velocity will be also, u2 will be also what? 0 meter per second. Okay. If the two stones reach the ground together, it means the time at which first stone will reach, the second stone will reach the same time. Okay. So how much time first we will find for first stone to come from here to here, we will find. Okay. So what time it will take? So you know initial velocity u1 is 0 meter per second, and how much distance first stone will cover? 180 meter. So s1 is 180 meter. Okay. And acceleration due to gravity already given, G value it is given 10 meter per second square, and we have to find what? Time. So these four parameters are coming in which motion equation? Because acceleration is constant here, so s equals to ut plus half at square will relate these four parameters. Okay, so we'll write s1 is 180 ut 0 plus half a is 10 into t square, t1 square, correct? So now here 2 into 5, this is what? T1 square, we will get 180 divided by 5. Okay. Now it is what? Here we will divide it, we will get 36, correct? So here T1 will be what? T1 will be what? Root 36, that is what? 6 seconds. 6 seconds, correct? Now you just see, this stone will take total 6 seconds, and the same time when it will reach here, second stone will reach here. And the second stone in the question is saying, if the second stone dropped after what time? It is given anything? Yeah, 2 seconds later. 2 seconds later. It means that definitely from here to here, because it is taking, first stone is taking 6 seconds and it is reaching same time, it means this will take 4 seconds from here to here. Okay, the time interval taken by second stone will be 4 seconds. 6 minus 2, because it dropped after 2 seconds, it will be 4 seconds. Now our objective is to find the height. So we know in second case, for second stone, we know time, we don't know the displacement, we have to find this height h, correct? Okay, we have to find this h. We know initial speed, so we can find h value. We know acceleration also. Acceleration is 10 meter per second square for this also. Okay, so h is what? U 0 plus half, a is what? 10, and time is what? 4 square. 4 square. This is what? 5 into 16, that is what? 80 meter. So from the ground point P, height is what? 80 meters. So which option is correct? Option third, 80 meter is the correct option. Okay, so I hope you understood this. We'll go for the next question. So next question is, water drops fall from the roof of a building 20 meter high at a regular time interval. If the first drop strikes the floor when the sixth drop begins to fall, now the height of the second and the fourth drop from the ground at that instant are. So see here, first we will draw this. As I told you, always you draw it. When you will draw, you will understand the question in more better way. So here, water drop is falling from the roof. So see here, from roof it is falling. So here, when first drop hits the ground, first drop, that time what happened? If first drop strikes the floor, that time sixth drop begins. Let this is the sixth drop. This one is sixth one, and this one is first one. The remaining will be in the middle. So this is fifth one, this is fourth one, this is third one, and this is second one. Okay, so we will write fourth. Our objective is to only fourth and what? Second. So second is this one, this is second one. Correct? Now we have to find what is the height from the ground. Second and what? Fourth. These two heights. Okay. So see here, we have to find second and fourth. So second will be less height and fourth will be more height. By this only we can see the answer. We can say second will be what? Less height. Second will be less height and fourth will be more height. That is only coming in the fourth option. So by seeing only we can say the answer is fourth one. Without solving this we can say, because in other option you can see that first one is bigger, but as we can see from the figure, the first one should be smaller. From the ground the height is what? Less only. Okay, so sometimes we don't need to solve the questions also. Okay, if this type of options are there, we can directly go for the answers. By drawing it you will understand and you can solve the question. Okay, we can just directly take D. Option D will be correct one, but we will solve also how to get the answer. So see here what happens, it is coming after regular interval of time. Here in the question it is given that here regular time interval, that means this time is what? Of T. This is also time gap is T. This is also time gap T. Here also time gap T. Here also time gap is T. Correct now? Okay. Now here total displacement is what? S. Total displacement is S. This total displacement is S. Okay. This total displacement is S. Okay. Now here when we will find S, already given the S value is given what? 20 meter. This S is given already 20 meter. Okay. Now 20 meter S is given. A is given. A is what? G. That is what? 10 meter per second square. It is given in the question. Correct. Now after what time the first drop will reach here? First we will find out that one. So after what time it will come? S equals to ut plus half at square. That means S equals to ut plus half at square. See here what you have to do. Whatever given in the question you will write, and then you see that which motion equation. If acceleration is constant, you should know that if acceleration is constant, then only you can apply motion equation. Then you will write motion equation. And how will write which motion equation you should use? You should write whatever data is in given in question. Then what is the unknown terms? Now which motion equation is suitable for this known and unknown term? So I got S A U is given and T we have to find. So I will use S equals to ut plus half at square. Now S is given what? 20. S is given what? 20. U is 0. Initial speed when it, because it get dropped, so initial speed 0. So 0 plus half. Okay, acceleration is 10 into T square. Okay, so here it will be T square will be what? 4. Then T is what? 2 seconds. Just try to understand. This total interval is 2 seconds. That means T plus T plus T plus T plus T. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5T. Here, this is total time T. This is not only small t, that is what total time T. 5T equals to what? This total time T is what? 2 seconds. This is what? 2 seconds. Okay, then each interval is what? 2 divided by 5. How much? 0.4. 0.4 second. Each interval is 0.4 second. Clear? If you get confused, you can write this is as a capital T. This as a capital T you can write here. This as a capital T you can write here. If you are confused here, you can write here. This is capital T square total time. Okay, this is capital T square. Correct? Okay. Now here the interval gap 0.4 second, 0.4 second, 0.4 second, 0.4 second, 0.4 second. Correct? Now our objective is to find the second and fourth. So which is the second one? This one. So from here how much time it is taking? T, 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 4T. So 4T means what? What is the 4T? 4T. 4 into 0.4. It is what? 1.6 second. 1.6 second. Correct? So for 1.6 second, you will find how much distance it's covered from here to here after 1.6 second. So S equals to what? Ut plus half at square, that is 0 plus half A is what, 10 into 1.6 square, 1.6 square, correct? So finally you will get half into 10 into 2.56, correct? So when you will multiply 5 into 2.56, what will you get? Almost you will get 12.8. Yeah, you will get what? 12.8 meter. So 12.8 meter from here to here. So this distance is what? This distance will be, total is what? 20. So 20 minus 12.8, this is what? 7.2 meter. In the same way you can find for fourth also. Fourth is where? This one. That means this time gap is what? 0.4 second. Again you use the same formula, you will get this distance you will get, okay, and then you will subtract from 20 minus this distance, you will get the answer, the height from the floor you will get, okay. So it's easy question. If you will go through step by step also you can solve, and if this type of options are there, by seeing the option only you can solve, you will save your time, okay. So your time will be saved. If you will be very much focused, what are the options, what is asking, your time will be saved, okay. So I think you understood. We will go for the next question.